Are you ready to find out what my assistant does for me on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? If you're still trying to figure out what to delegate to an assistant and how you can get started, this video is for you. And this is coming from someone who runs an executive assistant business who teaches a lot of people how to be able to work with their assistant and also hiring those amazing assistants for them. Now, I'll start with the monthly basis. On the monthly basis, what my assistant does for me is one, we have a monthly retrospective call where every single month we go through what was achieved in the last month, what we hoped to achieve and we weren't able to get to, and what were bottlenecks that we went through. So we go through things that we achieved, our highlights, even the personal highlights as well, and going through where the buck stopped, like where things kind of paused or where things are stuck in the business of like projects that we said that we wanted to do that month, but they never actually really were able to move forward. Aside from that, she works with the rest of the team on all of the reports. So we have a marketing report, a sales report that needs to be sent out, a client retention report, an EA retention report, basically all of the numbers that matters to us. She works with the different people in the team to make sure that the numbers are right, double checking things, mostly because she does see how things are in the business because she works really closely with me and she also works really closely with our head of operations. So she knows a lot of the numbers of details that people might have missed or might have just not known. She helps fill out the gaps there. Next is we plan the month ahead. What that means is we look at the possible projects that we still haven't worked on, the exact got stuck, and the things that we really wanted to move along within the business. What are the things looking forward that we want to focus on, that we want to do? Afterwards, she disseminates any decisions that we have made, any priorities into the project master list of the company. So it's always up to date on what the priorities are based on that call. Next, on the weekly basis is we have a weekly catch up of what are the things that happened last week and what's the focus on for this week. This helps me be on track on what are the things that I should be focused on, what are the things I'm doing to grow the business, and she manages the rest basically of what that looks like. So for us, we kind of have theme days. So Monday is essentially catch-up days with everyone in the team. She doesn't have to be in all of those meetings, but she sees a lot of the transcription. So anytime that there's something that I have to do, she makes sure to catches them in the transcription. So it's making sure that I don't forget anything else. Tuesdays and Thursdays are usually what we call client work. So we go through the list of clients that we have with our client success managers. Well, she checks in on them, make sure that there's nothing that's missing there or needs to be worked on. This is typically when I would also ask her to go through our numbers with our marketing and sales team to make sure that we're not scrambling by the time that we actually go ahead and make the monthly report. On Wednesdays is basically her content day where she schedules out and makes sure that for my YouTube shorts, basically for both the YouTube channels, are scheduled out at least 2 months ahead, and as well as generating content for LinkedIn and Facebook and wherever it is that we said that we wanted to focus on for our content. And typically Friday is of course our wrap-up days where we go through all of our projects, all of the tasks that we started at the beginning of the week, and she makes sure that they are wrapped up and they actually are closed the loop, and anything else that is still an open thread is documented and put into the weekly report for the next Monday. So she makes sure that nothing falls through the cracks as we go through our week. Now on the daily basis, we have a daily sync. It takes about 15 minutes to be honest, but those 15 minutes are usually the things that I really need to focus on for that day. And it's the same time every single day except for Wednesdays, and the biggest reason is sometimes I'll have a late Tuesday meeting, so I kind of have that open. It's always at 9 a.m. kind of wherever I am. So when I was in Europe last year, it was the same time, 9 o'clock. When I was in Vietnam, Thailand, where it was a little bit of a different time zone, I was still having it at 9 o'clock. That way for me, I kind of start my day with my assistant and being able to focus on the things that she knows needs my attention, that she knows is urgent, because we talked about it on the monthly and the weekly basis as well. So we're always on sync on what's supposed to be happening. So that's the beginning of the day. And then throughout the day, if I have tasks for her, if I have things that I need her to do, I will just send her a WhatsApp message, whether that's on a voice note or I take a screenshot of something that I want her to take care of. She captures it and makes sure that it's on her Notion. That way, again, she doesn't let things fall through the cracks. Things are a closed loop. If there's any emails from clients that need to be urgently looked at, she messages me, and that's the only time that I will check my email is when she bugs me about them. Of like, hey, I saw these couple of emails, I don't know how to respond, or I think you should see this. So she alerts me when there's something that needs my attention. Otherwise, she mostly takes care of all of it. So on the quarterly and yearly basis, these are mostly making sure that we have our quarterly meetings for 2XU, the venue, the food, where we're going. On a yearly basis, we have anniversary meetups for 2XU. We have things where we fly our EAs in, and she makes sure to book their travel, book their accommodation, so then they just basically get to show up and get to celebrate with us. And other types of tasks that we call routine tasks are usually things that get triggered by something happening within the business. For example, onboarding a client. The moment someone pays, she makes sure our client success manager knows, our recruitment process knows, so then she's alerting everyone else on what needs to get done. For podcasts that I do on the Skill You podcast, she manages the video editor, our social media team, the graphics of it all, to make sure that it is given out to the right people at the right time. If I'm doing events, if I'm doing speaking gigs, if I'm doing workshops, she knows the drill of what are the things that need to happen within a sequence. Basically, that's why it's called a routine task, because a routine every time something happens within the business. And these are typically things that if you're still not sure what to delegate to an assistant, look at what the recurring tasks are in your business, what the routine tasks are, so then you can start there. And of course, if you want a little bit more clarity, go ahead and book a call with me below so you can see more behind the scenes, and you can get an email from my assistant Honey in between. But that's essentially the whole process of what was kind of the easier tasks for me to delegate and give to my assistant. And eventually it became more of what are the other things that I've always had on my nice to have or nice to do that I still haven't been able to do, and being able to delegate to my assistant. Now, if you guys like this video, found this informative, make sure to hit the like button below. Comment any questions you might have when it comes to knowing what tasks to delegate to your assistant. I would love to know. And if you still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my future videos every Thursday on how to grow your business with a virtual assistant and AI. And if you want some content for your assistant, make sure to check out my second YouTube channel here for content on AI for virtual assistant. And of course, make sure to check out the latest video right here. I hope you guys have an amazing, fantastic day, and with that small steps matters. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!